your character in the film, what motivates Hawk?
I play Hawk, who is essentially this bruiser with a heart of gold. He is a warrior that has essentially so much love and beauty on the inside, but you don't get to see that from the get go. That's something that we slowly reveal as the movie progresses. He is an unlikely friend and partner to Spenser, but they find in each other family. They find in each other the family that they've been looking for the whole time throughout this movie, and then they lay their lives down on the line to protect that.
Why is the friendship that develops between Hawk and Spenser so unlikely, and how do they ultimately bond?
They would never usually find each other in the real world, you know. I think they live complete different lives. They're from different times. Hawk is a product of the now, and Spenser is a little bit of a relic, but it's the kind of a sensibility and integrity that we need today. So it's feeding that back in, and those two things meet, you know, and they bond over that. They bond over integrity. They bond over the things that you can't sacrifice.
Describe Mark Wahlberg as a scene partner and producer.
Mark Wahlberg is a super generous scene partner. He's ready to play at all times. He comes prepared. And as a producer, he's very aware. Like, he sometimes knew what we were shooting before anyone else and would, like, remind us and, you know, be there. So he was very much present at all times.
What role does Sissy play in the ragtag team Spenser assembles to solve the film's murders?
Sissy is the truth teller. She is the truth-telling, motor mouth, like hold nothing back, strong woman of the piece, and she doesn't let anyone slide. She holds everyone accountable.
What was unique about Peter Berg's directing style and the energy he brought to set?
Oh man, so he has a lot of energy, a lot of kinetic energy that feeds itself into, like, essentially the pace of the film. Everything and nothing lasts too long. It delivers all the right amounts of information, and then we keep going on to the next thing. So you get hit in the stomach, you get a massage, and you get hit in the face, you get a massage, and repeat, rinse and repeat. You know.
Please tell me about your character in the film. What makes Spenser tick?
I play Spenser, who's a former police officer, who is a man who takes the law into his own hands when somebody is sandbagging a homicide investigation. He then goes to prison, spends 5 years in general population, which is not an easy thing for a police officer. Police officers don't survive in prison. And when he gets out, he's about to leave town, but he gets pulled back in. And what makes him tick is injustice. He can't stand it. He can't stand by and watch innocent people being wronged. And it's just in his DNA. So he now starts putting his nose where it doesn't belong, and usually ends up getting punched in the nose because of it. But, that's just the kind of guy he is.
Why is the friendship that develops between Spenser and Hawk so unlikely, and how do they ultimately bond?
Well, they are complete opposites, Spenser and Hawk, but, there's nothing better than jamming two people that have nothing in common together. Ultimately, they find out that they do share one thing in common. They have that same moral and ethical compass where they want to do the right thing by people, especially people who are victims. And so it makes for a lot of laughs. They're an odd pair. You have this kind of giant in Winston playing Hawk, and Spenser, who's this feisty, kind of over-the-hill cop who just has a no-nonsense, doesn't give a shit kind of attitude.
Describe the dynamic between Spenser and Sissy. Why does Spenser turn to Sissy for help?
When Spenser first gets out of prison, he's trying to avoid Sissy. She's got a very strong personality, and he's not really capable of dealing with her. He's got some social issues and social anxiety, and then of course as he gets out, she confronts him, and he realizes that she's still the love of his life. They reconnect, and then she just gets into everybody's business. So she makes herself part of it. He initially is trying to protect her, but she basically joins the gang and starts right up in the fight.
What did you appreciate about Alan Arkin as a scene partner?
What do you not appreciate about Alan Arkin? Alan Arkin, the great thing about Alan Arkin is he's prepared, He just wants to shoot, get it done, go have a sandwich, and take a nap. And but he's also one of the best gamers I've ever seen when it comes to improvising and trying new things and coming up with stuff that really enhances and elevates the material.
Why were you excited to reunite with director Peter Berg to tell this tale? This is your first comedy together. How did the atmosphere on the set compare to your past projects?
It was a very different atmosphere for Pete and I making this movie because the first 3 movies that we did were all true stories about tragic events that happened, and that really adds a lot of pressure when making telling a story like that. And it was just the first time that we actually got to have fun. We were loose and trying things and being, we're always very collaborative, but we always kind of challenge each other to do our best work. And, he's like my big brother.
Where's the buzz?
Where is the buzz? You said
We used to be
was
a singer.
mine.
Where